Hello students, welcome to Python online classes. Today I am going to explain about the concept of list slicing. The concept is list slicing. In the last class, I have explained about the list introduction part, how to create the list, how to add the elements in that list. So all those things in the last class we have completed. And in this session we will discuss about the how to access the list of items, how to access the list of items. Now let us start our session. Okay, I'm opening material for that. Sorry, this is Python 1. This is Python 2. List slicing. What is list slicing? Explain with examples. What is list slicing? For example, if you want to create any list. Now I am creating fruits list. Now I am creating fruits list. In between square brackets, in between double quotes, apples, comma, bananas, comma, mangoes, comma, next kiwis. So in my fruits list I have added 4 elements. The first one is apples, and second one is bananas, third one is mangoes, fourth one is kiwis. So these all elements integrated in this list. These all elements can store it in this fruits list. Now I want to access all elements. Then how can you access? If you want to print all elements, then use the print function. This is the predefined function, and simply you can pass the fruits list name, fruits list variable name, and press enter key. Automatically these all elements print on the screen. So if you want to access all elements, just simply you can use print statement. In between parentheses, functional brackets, you can pass the argument, the list name. Here the list name is what? Fruits. Practically you can see right now. IDLE shell window I am opening. For your understanding purpose, differently I am opening. In one class I am explaining in the command prompt, and some classes I am explaining in the IDLE shell window. So both are same. Actually Python shell window provided by the Python software, but command prompt comes with along with operating system. Through operating system we can access this Python shell window also. How to access that Python shell window here? Simply we can use cmd command. There are two ways to use Python shell window. The first one is IDLE. Just simply you can type the IDLE in your laptop or in your system. If you have any Python software, then simply the icon will show like this in the search button, in the search bar. If you type the first 4 letters, automatically it will search and it will show the icon. If it is not showing at your system, then the Python software is not there in your system or laptop. So that is the meaning. So just click on this one. IDLE shell window open like this. Here you can type the statements and then you can execute the statements. So this is command prompt for the Python software. And now I am closing this one. And one more way we have now. Directly you can type the CMD command. CMD in the search bar. Command prompt. First open command prompt like this. In this, simply you can type the Python and press enter key. Automatically Python shell window will connect from command prompt to Python shell window. Like ideally window, it can communicate, it can connect here. From there to here, it can connect. So for that, this is the command here. So now I am creating the fruits list here. Fruits in between square brackets. Apples, comma, bananas, comma, and next kiwis. Order is not required. This is our list now. So according to our knowledge, whatever the fruits we have, that all fruits we have to add in this fruits list. And mangoes in between double quotes, because of these all are strings. So string format can identify by the interpreter if you use the double quotes only. Otherwise, it cannot find out. It can show the error on the screen. So 4 elements we have. Like that, fruits list created. If you want to print all, if you want to access all elements, just simply type the print command, print function, use and pass as the argument that fruits list name. This variable is there now. This variable you have to pass as the argument in the print function, and simply you can press the enter key. Apples, bananas, kiwis, mangoes, all those things. Whatever the list, fruits list contain, all items, it will shown on the, it has shown on the screen now. So like that, if you want to access all elements, simply we can pass the list name as a argument in the print function. So print function will access fruits list, whatever the elements we have in that fruit list, that fruits, all fruits, it will print on the screen like this. Next, list slicing means if you want to print a range of elements, range of elements are nothing but some part of elements. So from some part means from bananas to mangoes I want to print. The first element I don't want. Then how can we split that entire list to sublist and store in some other variable? By using slice. By using slicing option, list slicing option. List slice operator will work with square brackets, along with square bracket, and along with square brackets, colon symbol is required. This is list slicing operator. In the previous semester, already I have explained about this also. Somebody know and somebody don't know. Somebody till now they haven't listened. Okay? But again I am explaining here. Just concentrate on this. List slicing operator, this one. So for your understanding purpose, I am opening Paint window. Diagrammatically I am explaining. I can explain diagrammatically. So here list I am creating 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So these many elements we have from 10 to 90. So list I have created here. So how can you find out is this list or not? If you use square brackets, then it is called a list. Simply you can find out with the brackets only. So list slicing means, one example I am explaining here. For that list I am creating 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So this list I have created. So if you want to access all list of items, then simply you can type the list name, that variable name, and press enter key. So directly all element it will print. All element it will show the screen. Whatever the elements the list contain, that all elements it will show on the screen. This is only ideally shell window. Here simple small statements it can execute. But if you simply type this list in the script mode, these all elements will not show for you. So if you want to print all elements, compulsory print statements you need to use. But in shell window, directly if you type the list, it can print like this. All elements it can print like this. And notepad I am opening, same list I am creating. Same list I am creating. All of you carefully observe. Same list I am created. And simply I can type the list. And again I am saving this one on the desktop. I am saving this list.py. So I have saved this one. Now I am executing. Sorry, first I want to execute this one, then only command prompt will open. And okay, CLS. Now I am opening. So now I want to shift now, because of my file is available on the desktop, but the command prompt showing the window where the command prompt location is showing where in C drive, users folder, and also in that Siva folder we have. Because of this is my laptop now, so that's why my name is showing here. In your laptop, I think your name is also will show like that. And now we want to shift from this location to desktop. So that's why CD command I am using, and desktop I have typed here and pressing enter key. So that location shifted from one place to another place. From Siva folder to desktop it has shifted. Here my file is available. Here my file is available. List.py. So all of you carefully observe. While executing time it is printing anything? No, because of here any print statements you haven't used it. Just simply list created and simply you can use the list. So if you want to print anything by using script mode, compulsory print function must and should be required. So that is the difference between Python shell window and Python script mode. Python script mode. This is shell window. The same list I am created here. Simply I am typing list. So then all elements here showing now. But in command prompt, no, because of here print statement not there. If you want to print all elements, compulsory predefined print function we need to use. In between parenthesis bracket, in between functional brackets, this list name we have to pass as a argument in that function. Is equal not required, remove that one and save this one. Now the list is showing like that now. If I execute the file, then the list is showing like this. That is the difference between shell window and notepad. Shell window on script mode and script mode. So now let us understand about the concept of slicing, list slicing. So if you want to access all elements for the from the list, simply you can type the list in the print function. Here also not able, but for your understanding purpose, here print statement I am using. So if you want to access all elements from the list, in the print statement we can simply pass as an argument that list name. So then all elements will print like this. All elements are print like this. So now I want to print some elements from here to here only. From here to here only. For that we can use the list slicing. For that we can use the list slicing. List slicing will work with square bracket along with colon symbol. Along with colon symbol. Here the starting point we need to give. The starting point we need to give. Here I am giving the 3. From 3 to 9. From 3 to 9 I want to print. So here third element is what? Because of this is completely index based. These two numbers are index numbers. These two numbers are index numbers. Excel window I am opening. Here the list name 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So these all are elements. The list contain from 10 to 90. These all are elements. These all are elements. So if you create that list, then internally it can create like this, side by side the memory, side by side the contiguous memories locations it can occupy by the list of elements like this. Contiguous memory location means side by side, from one element beside and one more element, and that element beside one more element, like that side by side. These all elements can occupy the memory internally, and one index is also created. While creating time, if you create any list with number of elements, automatically index is also can create like this. These all are index numbers. These all are index numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, ninth element not there. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So from 0 to 8. From 0 to 8. And negative index also it can maintain. Negative index can start with from the last element. From start with -1. All of you carefully observe, index starts with 0 from the first element. Negative index can start the last element and start by the -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. So like that index is also generate like this. If you create any list, automatically these two process is also done by the Python software. Automatically these two processes are also integrated with the list. So that's why if you create any list, these two processes also going on behind. So like that the memory can occupy like this. Now I want to access. Here already I have shown from 3 to 9. So in the third index, which is the element we have? 40. Ninth element we don't have. But simply you can understand here. This is starting point, this is ending point. But end of the element not taken by the slicing operator. For example, here I am giving 8. So 8th element what we have? In the 8th index, 90 element we have now. This 90 element will not print by the slicing operator, because of the slicing operator functionality is what? The starting point is okay. Starting point is 3. In the 3 we have 40 element. 40 is the element, and in the ending point excluded, not included. Okay, na? Last element not included by the slicing operator. So if you use 8 as an index here, we use it 8 now. So last element has excluded by the list. So here, from here to here it can print. Last element extracted by the slicing operator. If you want to print this element also, simply you can use the 9. Simply you can use the 9. So here I am pressing the enter key. All of you carefully observe. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Because of what? Here slicing operator will work with what? Colon symbol and starting index, ending index. But ending index has not included in that list. So that's why last element has extracted by the slicing operator. And starting element is 40. Because of here we configure from 3 to 8. 3 to 8 means from here to here. From here to here. But last element has excluded now. So that's why this element has removed. And remaining 5 elements print like this. Remaining 5 elements printed here. And now we have to see the syntax of slicing operator. List is equal start colon end colon step. So this is complete syntax. This is complete syntax. This is starting point and this is ending point and this is step. And the last value is step. Step is optional. If you have any requirement in your projects, then you can use the step value. And we can discuss about this. First, we need to discuss about first the start and ending point, and step later we will discuss. First, we need to understand these two things, because of this is the optional. Without this, we can write this one also. So list equal to start colon end, and this is also will work. But along with one more value we have to give. But as per requirement, we need to use this one. If you don't have any requirement, then we no need to use step value. But if you want to fetch the data from the list, some part of data if you want to fetch from the list, for that this slicing operator we need to use. We can separate from one element to another element. The slicing operator compulsory included with colon symbol, because of the first value. The first value is indicating with the first element. Whatever the element we need, from which part to which part we need to configure. So that is starting point and that is ending point. Like this. Slicing operator will work like this. If you want to print anything, complete list, we can print. This is completely accessing. Complete list we can access like this. If you want to access a sub list, and separate from that entire list you need to separate some elements. We need to separate some items and store into some other variable. Then how? My underscore list is my variable, and list slicing operator, and 2 to 6 NF. Last element has excluded. Here 2 is what? 0, 1, 2. From here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So up to 70 it will print. up to 70, it can split from this entire list to these element, it can separate and store into some other sublist, some other name, some other list. Actually, every time if you access this, every time you can, if you write like this, some copy of list it can generate, but the previous list as easily it can maintain internally. 2 to 6 means from 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 up to 70 it can print, because of 80 is also added but not included slicing operator. Last element has excluded, na? So that's why. Now print my list. You can understand everything. Understand, na? So that is, if you want to split a previous list, if you want to split a list as some part of sublist and also store in some other variable, slicing operator is very useful. If you want to access some part of elements in a list, for that slicing operator also very useful. Slicing is an operation, fetch the data, some piece of code, like that we have to use. In general format, start is the index of the first element in the slice and end is the index making the end of the slice. This is starting element, this is ending element. The expression returns a list containing a copy of elements from the start up to end, but not including last element, not included. That's why. For example, here I given one more example for you. Days I created: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So all these elements I have stored in days list. Here days is a list now, because of in between square brackets these many elements I have stored. So that's why days is a list. The following statement uses a slicing expression to get the elements from indexes to up to but not included 5, including 5. 2 to 5. Here 2 to 5 I have confident, not including fifth element. Nothing but 2 to 4 elements it can print. 2 means 0, 1, 2. From Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to, sorry, 2 to 5 means 2, 3, 4, 5. Last element has excluded. So these 3 elements, these 3 items it can print. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like this. Just practice yourself. Then only you can understand about these programming languages. Without practice, you can't understand anything. Just simply you can listen the class. Simply you can practice by using these syntaxes. Here I given one example for you, but you can create your own lists. You can create your own list. Then only you can understand. Some products also list, some clothes also list, some vegetables, some furnitures. So all those things you can take as examples. Okay. Now we can understand about the step operation. Already previously I have explained, I mean in diagram. And the step is, what is the mean of this step? The third value is step in the list. Starting is the starting element, ending is the ending element, but not included that last element. But step means, if you give the step value, it can skip that element. That related element it can skip. Here simply I can create the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Simply, so all of you carefully observe. CLS Python shell window I am opening to the command prompt and list equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 elements I have created. List equal to, sorry, here the starting is first element. Second, the starting index is first and ending index is 9, because of we have 10 elements. We have 10 elements. So that's why the starting index is 10 and the step value is 2. So the value, the output, what is the output? Can anyone guess here? Just press enter key. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Here the step value is 2 now. So that means the second element skipped by the step element, skipped by the list, skipped by the list. The first element is what? This one, 2, and because of index start with 0, so that's why this element has ignored. This is available in the 0th index. This is first index, so that's why starting the index is whatever the index we have given here, 1. So first index contains second element, so second elements onwards it can started here. It has started from the second element onward, so that's why second. And from 10, ending point is 10. Ending point is 10. Actually here 10th index not there because of index starts with 0. Here the element is 10 na. You can't understand right now, just simply I am explaining. So all of you carefully observe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay na? This is 9, and this entire list can transfer to, this is minus 10. All of you carefully observe. The first element start with 0, the second element start with 1. Like that, index end with 9. But here what I have given 10. In the 10th index is there now. Here 10th index not there. 10th index element is not there. So that's why last end point is not included now. So that's why 10th element it has printed. Because of 11th element not there. All of you carefully observe. Here I configured what? 1 colon 10 colon 2. So 1 means 2. Here I started. So in that, which is the element we have? 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all of you carefully observe. The second value is 10. 10 means n minus 1, that one. So 9th element it will print. Last element has not included in the end point. Last element has not included. So that's why here there is no element. There is no element. If you have 11th element also, it cannot print because of end point not included. So previous point is what? 10. So that's why 10 it has taken. Understand? And next, step value 2 now. So every second element it can skip. Every second element it can skip by the list. And how many elements we have remaining? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 6, 8. So these elements same as it has printed now. So this is the meaning of slicing operator. This is the meaning of slicing operator. Sorry, slicing operation. List slicing is nothing but like this. If you want to fetch a range of elements from the list is called list slicing. List slicing will work with only index numbers. List minus 1 I am giving. In the minus 1, the last element it will print. The list contain what? 10 na? So all of you carefully observe. Index starts with where? Negative index starts with last element. In the last element, here what I have given here? Minus 1. This is index number. So negative index. So negative index I have given. That negative index place we have element of 10. So that's why 10 it is printing. Understand? Okay. In the next class, we will discuss about how to find the items in list with the in operator. Okay. Okay. In this class, I will explain right now. Don't worry about this. In operator is working. In Python, you can use the in operator to determine whether an item is contained in the list. In operator will work like this. For example, here I am creating one more list. Here I am creating one more list. 1 comma 2 comma 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is my list. Again, number equal to 5. So my requirement is 5. This number is available in this list or not. Now I am checking. Num in list. So this statement replaced with here num is what? 5. 5 in this entire list. It will check. It has written true because of the fifth the number is available in this list now. So like that the searching operation has to be done by the in operator. By using in operator, whatever the number you have given, that number is available in that list or not, it will check. So that is the process of in operation. In operator. In operator is called membership operator. In the last semester, I have explained about the membership operators. In that, in, not in option is there. There are two types of operators in membership operator. In, not in. In means whether the given number is available in that list or not. Not in means whether the number is not available in that list or not. In the reverse process, you can check. So this is the syntax. Carefully observe. And this is 4 marks question. In the general format, here syntax is an item in list. Item is the item for which you are searching. Actually, this is searching. Whatever the requirement we have, that searching item we have configured here. We need to configure in this place. And list is a list you already created. Nothing but this list I already created. This is my requirement, searching item. So that's why here I given. Here one more example I am giving. One program I am writing for this. Laptops. Now I want to search that related laptop company laptop is available or not. Okay, now for that brands list I am creating. In that Dell, Acer, Lenovo, okay, this list I created. This list contains Dell laptops and Acer laptops and Lenovo laptops. Now my requirement searching is actually in my shop. In my shop I have number of computer devices. So that's why the stock is available or not from that related company or not. How can I search? By using this operation only. By using this operation. So for that search variable I am creating, and one input is also one input function I am creating. In that enter your laptop brand. This is our requirement brand. Okay. Next. For loop. Sorry, for loop not required. If search in brands, one colon symbol required. Here some indentation space is also must and should be required because of here one more statement I am writing for related to if block. Print search comma brand is available. Brand is available. Next, else else here also this symbol must be required, colon symbol, print. Same statement we need to write here also, but brand is not available. It's a small modification, either that one or this one. This block will execute. Now I am saving this one in dot py, because of this is related to in example now, so that's why I have saved in the desktop. Now I want to close this window, exit of cls. Okay, the file name is in.py. I am executing. So enter your laptop brand. Now I have a Dell. Sorry, lowercase I given, so that's why. But here I given Dell. One more time I am executing. Don't worry about this. Dell. So Dell brand is available because of in my list I contain Dell, Acer, Lenovo. Here search operation is done by the in operator. So that is the functionality of in operator. One more time I am executing. Actually except these three products I want to give. Except these three products I want to give one more. HCL I am giving. Then only you can understand HCL. So HCL brand is not available. Understand now? Because of HCL I haven't configured in this list now. In this list HCL is there or not? No. So that's why that brand is not available. If I given Dell, already in the previous example I given Dell. So Dell brand contains in the brands list. So that's why the in operator fetch the data from the brands list. So the brand is available. It is showing like this in the output, the first output. Okay. So that is the in operation functionality. Okay. Today I am going to stop this one, this session, and in the next class we will discuss a new topic with that. And bye. Thank you very much.